Hey there, this is Natalie, and thanks so much to all of you who are subscribed to my channel for getting me to my goal of 2,000 subscribers by Christmas. Now, I did promise that if I met that goal, I would show you my cats. And so I thought a good video to do that in might be one talking about all of the various cats and cat people and cat-type creatures that appear in ReZero. So this is going to be a pretty chill video talking about some characters, and you will see some pictures of my two cats, Ed and Roy, that is Edward Elrich and Roy Mustang, just, well, crammed in behind me at points in the video. I am crap at photography and they don't like to sit still, so, you know, I don't really want to talk how good this is going to be up too much, but they are very cute. Ed is the black one and Roy is the fluffy tabby one. Roy is a Norwegian forest cat, and so he's really fluffy and built like a tank, and I probably should have named him after Armstrong instead. Norwegian forest cats are one of the largest cat breeds in the world, and he weighs about as much as a car. But Ed, who is a normal sized cat, is pretty fat, so he actually looks and feels just as big. But let's get on to the topic of the video, which is the feline type characters in ReZero. There are way more cat type characters than dogs, with only really Dogman himself, though I prefer to call him Dog Monster like Anastasia does, representing the canines. And it seems like Tape is probably a cat person, given the pen name he originally published the ReZero web novel under roughly translates to grey cat. Interestingly, I learned from the Twitter account of Ice from Witch Cult Translations, which is a great account to follow if you're a ReZero fan, and if you're not, I'm not really sure why you're watching this, that Tape Nagatsky is also a pen name, and not the ReZero author's real name. So there's a mildly interesting fact to get things going. Other than the author himself though, there are multiple people in the ReZero story so far, with a little bit of the cat about them. And the first one we see is, of course, Puck. Puck is a great spirit, and his true form is the majestic beast of the end, but he uses the smaller cat form we see him in with Emilia at the start of the series, which almost gives Emilia this kind of magical girl feel when Subaru first meets her, what with her powers and her talking cat friend. We see straight away that he can change his size when he gives Subaru a lap pillow. Still, the general cute, comical side of Puck we see in the first two arcs is a bit deceptive, because he's definitely a subversion when it comes to the funny, kawaii mascot character, being one of the most mysterious beings in Season 1. In Season 2, he has been absent during the first core for reasons that are as yet unknown, and this has made the trials Emilia is undertaking even more difficult for her. We can expect to find out just what was going on there in ReZero Season 2 Core 2 when it begins airing on January 6th, 2021. Another cat-related character we are introduced to early on in the series is Felix, who's another character who seems like he's there for the memes at first, but actually has a lot more depth as we find out more about him. His appearances in Season 1 definitely don't reveal all there is to him, and I don't want to spoil anything from later arcs in this video, but what we do know about him so far is that he is the most powerful water magic user in Lagunica, having the title of Blue. And this means he's also the best healer in the country, where water magic is what's used for most healing type things in ReZero's magic system. He's Krush Karsten's knight and long-standing friends with Reinhard and Julius, and he's high-ranking as a knight, despite having low combat abilities. Felix is about as devoted as a knight can be to Krush, and the backstory of how he came to love her so much is in the X1 side story novel. Again, I won't spoil the plot of that in this video, but it does reveal the answer to the question a lot of people have about Felix, which is, why does he dress like a woman? There was definitely some confusion about whether Felix was trans when he first appeared, but the answer is that Felix is a male cat boy who identifies as a man, but he enjoys having a feminine appearance as a sign of his devotion to Krush. He agreed to take care of Krush's feminine side for her, where she felt she needed to discard that aspect of herself due to the pressures on her as a noble and royal candidate. There's a bit more to it than that, but that's basically why Felix does talk about himself as a man, despite presenting as a very convincing cat girl. It's not just to make Subaru uncomfortable, though Felix does seem to find that side effect fun. Felix is quite a divisive character, with some people not really liking him, and I think that the main reason for that is that he's one of the few characters who doesn't really treat Subaru as kindly as most other people do once Subaru has really proven himself. It's not that Felix doesn't respect or like Subaru, it's more that his allegiance remains so firmly with Krush that when he feels like helping Subaru won't benefit Krush, he's against it, as we saw in the first episode of Season 2, and we'll see again throughout the series. I personally think it's realistic that there would be characters who feel that way, and he makes sense in the story, but I can see why some people think Felix is a bit of a jerk. Next up, we have the triplets of kitten-themed beastmen, who are among the most powerful and respected of Anastasia's faction, Mimi, TV, and Hetero. Mimi is the one who gets the most screen time of the three in Season 1, and is also the one who'll get to appear in a more prominent role later in the story when the royal selection candidates come back into the mix, which will be in Season 3 if you're anime only. She's cute and has a fun-loving attitude that suits her young age, but Mimi is also crazy strong, and she has a huge bond with her two brothers, where they actually share a divine protection that allows them to share the damage that one of them takes, meaning they all get hurt, but the damage to one triplet can be reduced, taking the physical burden off of the triplet who is wounded to some extent and potentially saving their life. She's also really close to Anastasia and to Dogman, who's kind of a father figure to Anna herself and the triplets. Now we come to the cat-themed characters who get introduced in Season 2, half-brother and sister Garfield and Frederica. Though Frederica was briefly introduced in Season 1 and had a significant role in the Only Sisters of the Hidden Village prequel novel, which came out with Season 1's Blu-ray release. Frederica and Garfield are both part human, part demi-human, and have a special ability called, at least in the translation of Arc 4 I read, atavism. This allows them to transform into beast forms, and both of their beast forms are big cats. They do both keep some hints at their beast-like appearances in their human forms, particularly in the case of their teeth. Frederica is actually quite self-conscious about her scary fangs. The main difference between the two in their transformation abilities during Arc 4 is that Frederica has been trained. This was by a character named Clind, who we will see later, but who is a lolicon butler who seems to have just about every skill imaginable. As a result of this, Frederica can keep her presence of mind when she's in her big cat form, and as we saw in Season 2, she can even talk when she's transformed. Garfield, however, loses his consciousness and self-control when he transforms into his tiger form, giving in to rage and general beast instincts. And we saw the terrifying results of this in Season 2, Episode 8, where Tiger Garfield slaughtered the villagers, killed Otto and Patrash, and tried to kill Subaru. Another thing to note though is that they don't have to completely transform when they want to use their big cat strength. They can just transform a part of their bodies if they want to, for instance getting a nice big paw to claw stuff with. So, that was my 2000 subs special, and I hope you enjoyed all the cats. I will be continuing to make content over Christmas, where I'm in lockdown, so can't actually see my family or do any normal Christmas stuff. So look out for more videos over the Christmas period, including a collaboration I recorded last night with JakeZ123, who, if you don't know him, is another ReZero YouTuber who you should definitely check out. And in that video, we are roasting the worst CBR ReZero article yet. and that will be up when I've finished editing it. For now though, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing if you have, and I hope you're having a nice Christmas week so far. And I hope to see you again very soon.